Scott McLaughlin, thank you so much for your time and welcome. So, looking ahead, we're on a three-race streak of Gateway, Portland, and Laguna Seca. Gateway, you have a fourth and third place finish. Portland, you did win last year. And Laguna Seca, you finished sixth place last year. So, is this a stretch of races where you can take second place in the championship?
Oh, no doubt. I think for sure we can come through and get some points on Joseph and Scott for sure. I feel very strong, like you said, on the next few events. And I felt like last year, even Laguna Seca, like we had really good speed, but I was sort of, doing the right thing by the team and making sure that I was covering Dixon and making sure everything was right. So my race was hampered. To still get a sixth out of that was really good. So when we go to Laguna Seca, it's a lot different this year with the new repavement and a few things. So, but no, I'm super excited for the end of the year. Like I said, I love Gateway, love Portland, love Laguna, and certainly back myself to get enough points. It's gonna be tough because they're two good races that I'm racing against and people behind me to get to the front and get to second place. But that would be a huge tick for me if we could get second in the championship for sure.
Let's talk about Gateway because your teammate Joseph Newgarden is obviously trying to make a sweep of all the ovals this season. That being said, you've been one of the fastest newer guys on the ovals since you've shown up. What do you think it's going to take for you to get around your teammate and fellow bus pro to get the win?
Yeah, look, it's tough. He's so good, and regardless if I get a good setup or he gets good setup or whatnot, we've all got the same data and details, so it's very hard to separate yourself as a teammate from a guy like him. He's just got so much experience as well as Will. So for me, I'm learning as we go, but I back myself now. I felt really strong at Iowa. I was one of the faster cars against him. All that weekend. Didn't quite get across the line, but feel like we're getting close. And Gateway, we nearly did it the same. We nearly passed him or beat him last year too. We all know how strong he is. It's no lie, but I think there's no doubt in my mind that I can get my first over win here in a second, and we nearly did that at Texas last year. And I think Gateway is a track that I really enjoy. That it could happen for us. Just depends on strategy and a few things, but we've got to hit our marks to make sure we get it done. Because it seems when we go on ovals, like that two crew is very strong. It's not just Joseph; it's Tim Cindric with the strategy. As the car set up from Luke Mason, like they're very good, and it's going to take an all-out effort from all of us to make sure that one, Team Penske's at the front, but two, the 33s to beat the two crews. So it's fantastic.
Now, after Gateway, we have Portland, where last year you won after finishing ninth the year prior. And last year, Team Penske tested in Portland and saw you and Will Power finish up towards the front. So, how critical and relevant do you think the data is from last year? And do you think there will be an advantage for the team?
Yeah, I mean, we made massive gains last year going to Portland, so no one's tested there since. So I can't imagine people have made huge gains since the race weekend either. So we're really rocking up to the track with a very similar setup to what we ran last year, with a few things that we've learned throughout the year. I think we've got a really good base set up to hit the ground running and hopefully be as fast as a team as we were last year, because we could have easily locked the first sort of 2-3 positions out in qualifying last year. We were really strong, and obviously the race went really well for us. So certainly excited to see what we can bring, and momentum's a big thing in INDYCAR. So hopefully we can come off Gateway and then Portland and head into Laguna Seca with a huge amount of momentum and keep pushing on.
Portland is going to be the second to last race weekend of the year, kind of closing out the silly season for you guys. Obviously, we just had the news. You guys will be joining with AJ Foyt in a technical alliance next year. You've got competitors moving. You've got contracts being signed, and you're not in these conversations right now. And what we're curious about is how big of an advantage that is for you during the offseason to not worry about that stuff and maybe go focus on your golf game instead of worrying about silly season stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Golf game's important now, but look, I think when I sort of said to the team about doing my next deal with them, I wanted to sort of lock myself down. I didn't really see myself anywhere else apart from being with the team, and the opportunity that they gave me, not only to join INDYCAR but join INDYCAR with a team that could win, and I'm very happy with everything. My team is fantastic on my car. my engineer, Ben Bretzman, he's one of my best friends, and we get along really well. And I think we have a good working relationship that I can see really growing, every year. So, I'm in a really good headspace. Yeah, it's going to happen. There's going to be a point where I'm going to have to start getting into those conversations. But, if I keep just doing the results, then, I should hopefully have a pretty nice job for a little bit. So, yeah, that's the main objective, is job security. And I feel like if the results keep coming like they have this year, I think we can certainly be out of those conversations, or out of the spotlight for a little bit.
And speaking of silly season, your former title rival, SVG, is rumored to be leaving supercars. And back at IMS during the IndyCar weekend a few weeks ago, you had SVG and Brody Kostecki at the track racing that weekend. So, did you catch up with him and have thoughts on seeing a fellow race coming to America with more attention on supercars?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's awesome that they're over here trying new things. Especially Shane. I think he's done everything he needed to do in Australia right now, and it's something that you can always go back to. I think people don't realize how big, the sport and everything else is outside of Australia. I think NASCAR is a huge opportunity for Shane. Obviously, winning the race, he's a superstar already. So I think I'm excited for. I think he'll be here. He'll be working his magic next year. He'll have a lot to learn, because I came over the same deal. I had a really good test day in INDYCAR. I was up the front and felt really strong. And then once you get into the cadence of the season, things change, going to different tracks, learn different things. It does take its toll mentally. You're not going to be up the front all the time. So as long as he can combat those and go through the ups and downs, which I'm sure he will be able to, he'll be fine. But I didn't get a chance to catch up a lot with them when they were at Indy. I saw them once or twice. We both had our pretty busy schedules, but I certainly caught the race on Sunday. I thought they did a really good job.
Let's go back to Portland. Last year, you had the perfect weekend on paper, pole position, most laps led, took the win. Your teammate Will Power was en route to his second IndyCar championship that weekend, but Joseph Newgarden and you were certainly in the picture too at that point. This year, it's a very different scenario in the point standings. So with that being said, for Team Penske, does this change how you guys are going to approach these last handful of races?
Perspective with, we can sort of fight it out just, team by team. There's no sort of, we've got to make sure that we just try and do the best job. Ideally, we'd love to be second, third, fourth, at least, the main best in the championship. Alex has done a fantastic job this year. He's sort of gone, and I can't see him being stopped unless something crazy happens. But at the same time, it is IndyCar, anything can happen. But look, absolutely, for us, it's going to be pretty, take a few risks, get the points, beat the people that we need to beat, and hopefully at the end of it, you're in that, top 3 spot.
Yeah, and now if we take a look at who has won the Portland race a few years back, we have Mario Andretti, Michael Andretti, Al Unser Jr., and Gil DeFerrid, and these are all drivers who have won back-to-back races in Portland. And all of them proved to have very successful careers in racing, and specifically, Alan Gill did it with Team Penske. And we know that this is the 29th year that IndyCar will be coming to Portland. So what would it mean for you if you were to win 2 in a row and have your name on the list of consecutive wins at Portland?
Oh, it'd be awesome. I think anytime, you win an IndyCar, it's a big deal. It's so satisfying. You could be so fast. Like what Joseph did at Iowa was very impressive. It shows how dominant he can be there. And I certainly believe we can do that, at Portland and get that done. And I just think we have a really good car. I really like the track. It's something that really suits me. So yeah, it'd be a big deal. Like I said, winning multiple races in IndyCar is already a dream. If we can just keep winning, it'd be fantastic.
All right, Scott, thank you so much for your time. We really, really appreciate it, and good luck for the rest of the season.
No worries. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for watching right here on the Grid Network. Be sure to subscribe and follow us all week as we are going to be covering the BidNile.com Grand Prix of Portland right here on the Grid Network. Subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our coverage all week long. Plus, see some of our past videos, including Life on the Grid, where we interviewed people from the motorsports industry. Thank you for watching.